Hey guys, it's Jack. Welcome back to Vapourcore. Today we're going to be having a look at the HEXA Pod system. It's a new little pod system that we've recently got in. 2mm pods, so the standard size with all the TPD regulations. 20mg pods, which are a mix of nicotine salt and freebase and regular nicotine. So it gives you a little bit more of a hit than a regular nicotine salt pod does, which personally I'm a big fan of. 350 milliamp hour battery, so a really solid battery life. As well as the battery can be charged from dead to full in 45 minutes to an hour, which is absolutely great. So let's open this box up and see what comes inside and set it up for you. So everything taken out of the box, it is very, very simple. The contents of the box, it is the battery, a pod to get you up and running, and a charge cable. So little magnetic connections on the bottom of the battery. See little magnetic pins on the bottom there, and then inside the connection in here, you can see the little pins as well. Magnetic, nice and very, very strong magnet as well. So, to get the device up and running, it is super, super easy. Battery, pod, don't have to put this in a specific way, so it can go in this way or in that way. So, opening, pod, snaps in, and it's ready to go. Because the pod has been sat with the liquid inside it, it's ready to go. Plug it in, no buttons to turn it on or off. So literally, ready to go, take a puff. Again, surprising little cloud off it, but yeah, really, really easy device to set up and to use. So as mentioned earlier, the device will ship with a 20mg tobacco pod. So when you need to buy replacement pods, they do come in 4 different flavours. They will be tobacco, menthol, blueberry, and menthol tobacco, which is my favourite personally. I found there's not too many tobacco and menthol flavours sort of like pre-mixed and ready to go, which is perfect. All of them will be the exact same size, so 2 mils, 20mg, the same blend of nicotine salt and freebase nicotine. A couple more little bits about the pods. They use a ceramic heating coil inside rather than like a regular metal, like a piece of wire. So that gives a lot of longevity, so there's no risk of like the coils burning before the pod is done. As with most pod systems, they are not refillable pods, so once the juice is gone, you throw the pod away and grab a new one ready to go, pop it in as I showed you earlier. And as well with many other pod systems, they are draw activated. So as you can see on the device, there is no buttons, no anything to press or worry about. So very, very simple device. As you can see now, I'm not going to press any buttons. I hold it right at the bottom. Little light comes on to show you that it's been activated through taking a puff and ready to go. So as always, it is time for pros and cons. So first off with this device, the most obvious pro is the size. It is super small. 20mg nicotine strength is a pro as well. Sometimes you just want to take a few puffs on something, get that nicotine fix, and you are ready to go for the day, which is perfect. And again, the smaller battery isn't really a con for that reason. The higher nic strength with the pods is perfect. Pods themselves, a pro is they're relatively well priced as well. They're $6.99 for a pack of 2, but we actually have an offer on them at the time of this video being recorded, which is 3 packs for £20. So cons, most of them are just sort of subjective or opinion based kind of things from me personally. Battery being quite small means you might go through it quicker than you'd expect, but the battery life isn't bad by any means. Because of the high nic strength, as I mentioned a second ago, you're not going to be sitting there hammering away all day. I'd say for most people, you could get most of a day out of it if you're really, really hammering it. So for a little pod system like this, that is really good. That was my main gripe with other systems where you'd be sitting there, you puff away and it's like, oh, it's died after however long. So this, the battery life is actually really, really solid on it. Nicotine salt is again a subjective one, but the fact that they're mixed makes it a lot more familiar feeling for people that have been using open liquid systems or people that are transitioning from cigarettes. The nicotine salt gives you that nice, really instant sort of nicotine hit when you feel it going through you, which is great. But the mix of the freebase nicotine as well gives you more of a throat hit than just nicotine salt would. Which for me personally, that was something that I never really got on with the nicotine salt. I just like the feeling of a high nicotine strength. As in, I use an 18mg in whatever mouth to lung device, and for me that's perfect. Whereas with this, the mix of the freebase nicotine is great. You get a nice strong throat hit as well. So a really satisfying little device to use. And the only other con that I've got is, again, nothing with this device specifically, just more of like these style devices, is that the pods aren't refillable. Personally, I think it'd be a good sort of thing if they released a refillable pod going forward, but it's not like a deal breaker for me. Most of these pod systems people buy for the ease, and that's the main appeal in them. You grab a pod, you pop it out of the packet, slide it in, ready to go. So it's nothing sort of like a deal breaker, but something that I'd like to see personally is refillable pods so you can use whatever flavour in whatever strength as well. Again, that's nothing against any of the flavours that they have, because they are genuinely really good flavours. Tobacco for your tobacco users, menthol, self-explanatory, menthol people. Blueberry, they've got something nice and fruity. It's a really good blueberry flavour as well. Like, it's not too sweet, not artificially sweet, or it's going to make you feel sick after using it all day. And the tobacco menthol, again, as I said earlier, personally my favourite. It's nice to have the blend of the two, because sometimes you don't want just tobacco or menthol. It's nice to have the two together at the same time. As I said, it's not any deal breaker sort of thing that pods aren't refillable. That's the main appeal and draw to these sorts of devices, as well as the high nicotine strength, is the ease of them. Take your pod out of the packet, you pop it in, no buttons, no turning it on or off, the battery's ready to go, and you just put it in, take a puff, and you're ready to go. So to wrap this review up, this device is absolutely great. Super, super pocket friendly. It weighs pretty much absolutely nothing. You put it in your pocket, you're not going to notice it. Solid range of flavours from them as well. The mix of salt nicotine and freebase nicotine, to me, is my favourite thing about this, because I've never personally got on with nicotine salt as well as I have with freebase nicotine. So the 20mg blend of the two together is absolutely perfect. Gives you a little bit more hit than a regular pure nic salt liquid would, but it's not going to be like a 20mg freebase nic where it's super harsh on the throat for some people. So overall, it's just a really, really great little device. Definitely would recommend it. So if you are interested in the device, all of the links in the description will be for the pods, the kit itself, and anything else related to this product for our website. Or if you want to come in and see us, you're welcome to any 4 of our stores. Have a look at it, hold it in hand, and see just how tiny this is. So once again, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this review, and we will see you soon.